Bonjour Dalila. Hi everyone, and welcome to this brand new channel. Its content is mostly in French, but I wanted also to make videos in English. And today, the first idea that came to me was to talk about the silence of major artists, and more specifically Radiohead, on the current situation in Gaza. And in Palestine in general, in Israel. So, first things first, I have been a huge fan of the band for more than 23 years now. And the main reason for that was they seem so unique to me. There is no bands like Radiohead. Of course, they write beautiful songs. They have unusual lyrics. Their music is full of emotion. Their lyrics are full of political messages. And they've always pushed the limits of creativity in so many ways. They've changed the music industry in so many ways. And also, they're one of my favorite musicians. Thom Yorke's vocals are amazing. The way that Jonny Greenwood plays the guitar is so unique. They all have their own sound signatures. So to me, they have always had a little something, or like we say in French, un petit je ne sais quoi, that other bands didn't have. And also because beyond the beautiful music, Radiohead to me was a moral band, a band of humanity, a band of integrity. All these values are rare to be found in the modern world in the music industry. And especially you can sense it in songs like Fake Plastic Trees or the OK Computer album with songs like Let Down, Karma Police. Anyway, in 2003, Radiohead released the album Hail to the Thief. Hail to the Thief was a highly politically engaged record against the war in Iraq. And many songs dealt with that topic. I mean, 2 and 2 makes 5, Sail to the Moon, I Will. And again, this album was beautiful. But the context of its composition and its release made it even more special. And due to that, Radiohead reached another peak in their career. In many interviews, Thom Yorke spoke his mind and shared openly his political views on that conflict in Iraq. And I remember there was a video of him in Montreal, Canada, on YouTube, when he was about to play the song Like Spinning Plates, and just before playing that song, he said something like, "This is dedicated to our glorious leaders who decided to go and start a war to kill thousands of innocent people, and I hope they're okay with that and with their consciousness." Okay. So in 2003, Radiohead was more than just a simple band. And Thom Yorke was a kind of a new John Lennon, when John Lennon had his own Give Peace a Chance movement. And Radiohead have become the new Beatles in some way. So, that was in 2003. 21 years later, we had the situation in Gaza, the situation in Palestine, the situation in Israel, and no band member had said anything. They remained silent. Beside maybe Ed O'Brien, who called for a ceasefire, but beside that reaction from Ed O'Brien, I mean, the two main leaders, Thom Yorke and Jonny Greenwood, didn't say anything. And things got worse when I heard a few days ago that Jonny Greenwood played a gig in Tel Aviv around the very same time that Palestinian people were burned alive in Rafah. There was a huge attack on Rafah. So Radiohead didn't do something. They didn't talk, they didn't condemn what was going on in that region. But Jonny Greenwood find it good, find it appropriate to play a gig in the middle of massacre in Gaza and Rafah. Okay. 7 years ago, there was a BDS movement, including artists such as Roger Waters from Pink Floyd, or director Ken Loach, or writer Noah Chomsky. And they've all called for Thom Yorke and Radiohead not to play in Israel in 2017. But Thom Yorke chose to ignore that. He said that the music should bring people together. It should build bridges. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. And they did play in Israel 7 years ago. But now, considering the current situation, they've been so silent. They chose to watch but not take part. Like they say in the song "Where I End and You Begin" on the Hail to the Thief record. And "Where I End and You Begin" is one of my favorite songs in that whole record. So, is it so difficult to call for a ceasefire? Is it so hard to just say stop the war, stop the massacre? Is it so hard just to say we don't want to pick a side in this conflict, we just want this war to end? Is it so hard to say what happened during October 7th was horrible? What's going now is horrible. This needs to stop. No. They decided to watch but not take part. And Jonny Greenwood chose to play in Israel, yes. Apparently, he also attended a protest for the release of Israeli hostages and to call for new elections in Israel, but nothing for the Palestinians. So, I think the situation is very serious, and we were all hoping for Radiohead members to say something, but no surprises. And that is beyond disappointing. Politicians always disappoint us. We know that. It's a normality now. But artists like Radiohead, that were supposed to hold the courage that politicians don't have, that is beyond disappointing. And to me, that is beyond the point of no return. Like they say in the song, Daydreaming. Where did the moral band go? Where did the honest band go? Where did the human band go? Where did the integrity go? They looked like the real thing. They seemed like the real thing. But to me, now they're just a fake plastic band. So what's next with Radiohead now? What will they be singing about in the next records? After all this? About sucking lemons? About bangers and mash? About weird fishes? I don't know. Anyway, I'll be curious to know what you guys think about this whole thing, about the absence of statement from the Radiohead members. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section, and thank you for listening. See you soon.